Welcome to Twale TV, Twale TV Sports. Let's go straight into it. Tonight is still all about Chelsea, all over the mainstream media. And as a Chelsea fan, I've got no other option but to just go into it again tonight. If you watch the podcast yesterday, there must have been about 3 podcasts yesterday, Chelsea dominating most of them. And there are still more things to talk about, really, especially for those of you who are wishing to be in Chelsea's shoes when we were spending these hundreds of millions and when we were bought by Todd Bowley and his chums with loads of money, and then come to think 600 million was spent in few months. I hope those of you wishing to be a Chelsea fan then and wishing to be in our shoes, I hope you're wishing to be in our shoes now. Yes, I hope so, because no one would ever know how we are feeling right now. I mean, for me especially, how I'm feeling now, I see beyond the present problem. Okay, I'm looking at myself as the butt of all jokes for the next couple of seasons. How I'm going to deal with that, I'm processing that in my own mind. And to think there's too many multiple problems at Chelsea right now. Seriously. Where do we start? We can't get rid of Frank. He has to be there for the last 7 games. We can't possibly nail down a top world class proven manager, as they might be scared with our shenanigans. Because right now, for the last 2 days, people have been, questioning the modus operandi behind Chelsea's ownership. So, how they run the club, I've always said, is none of my business. When you dictate to somebody who have spent close to 5 billion how to run the business, you're probably insulting them. So, from that point of view, I will still detach myself away from criticizing Todd Bowley and the consortium how they run Chelsea. But at least now they know something is wrong. So it's not about people telling them something is wrong. It's not about people criticizing them. It's about they themselves coming out to the public and giving a way forward plan that will give Chelsea fans, especially, some consolation or peace of mind. Because I don't know how we're going to get another manager, who we're going to get as our next manager. It's very crucial. It's a mistake they can't afford to make. I said it that Man U made similar mistakes over a few years, and they just can't find somebody to be their man, to be the person that will play their game, what they really wanted, and then keep the fans behind them. So it's all about keeping the fans behind you, because right now, once you start playing at home and your fans keep booing you at the end of every game, it's happened now twice at Stamford Bridge. That's not a good sign for the owners. Fans are your bread and butter. So you can't afford the fans to turn against you. So I hope something is done very quickly. And a lot of fans are asking me that you're just running your mouth or more. When you sacked Thomas Tuchel, didn't we warn you? Excuse me, I know that's a banter. You didn't warn me. Nobody warned me about Thomas Tuchel. Nobody knew why Thomas Tuchel was sacked. So, jokes apart, why was Thomas Tuchel sacked? Do we need to be asking the owners these questions? Does it really matter now? Medicine after death kind of situation. So I don't want to be part of that bandwagon of why Thomas Tuchel was sacked. It's too late. Thomas Tuchel is gone to Bayern Munich. He can't live there. We can't get him out of there. We're even trying to get the former manager, his predecessor, and they're still haggling. I didn't even know the guy was still under some sort of contract with Bayern until I had, oh, Chelsea would have to talk to Bayern. And I was thinking, the guy is left Bayern Munich. Why are you talking to Bayern Munich? But he must have still got some obligations or some ties with Bayern. So we're in a real mess, and the guy doesn't seem to be eager to jump into the hot seat at Stamford Bridge. Chelsea's job is something that I think top managers will be happy to take, with the exception of not being able to play in Europe next season. Can you imagine Chelsea not even playing in Europa? Can you imagine that? There's no guarantee we're going to qualify for any competition apart from the league and the league cups, and that's it. You can't to get to play Europa. You must aim to reach 6, 7, 8. Where is Chelsea now? Look at the teams ahead of Chelsea. How well they are playing. So that tells you for us to overcome them and be where they are, we need to be, consistent with results, with games. It's the same with Liverpool. They won a couple of days ago, and people was, jubilating, praising them. Oh, Liverpool is back. This is the Liverpool of a couple of years ago. Yes, this is what we know them to be. Yes, blah, 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 blah. Excuse me. Don't count your chickens yet. Liverpool are not out of the woods yet, in my woods. They've been having this lackluster performance all season. It's not the first time they've beaten somebody with some impressive results and then come back to nosedive again. They beat Man U 7-0 and then came back to the same yo-yo situation, up and down. So the last game doesn't really, you know, make any big deal to me, really, to be honest. So let's wait and see. Frank Lampard CV. I do feel sorry for Frank, really, because this interim job he's taking has probably dented his CV as a football manager. He's probably retired to being a pundit for the next couple of years at least, because I can't see Frank getting a manager's job after this mess we put him in. And the poor guy, he had no choice but to take the job. Okay, you can't really turn down a very challenging and lucrative job like Chelsea's job, no matter how bad the situation is. For an aspiring manager, you take it. The same reason Graham Potter took it. So I don't know. I don't know. I think I better just go and enjoy myself tonight. There's a very important game, WSL, Man U Arsenal. You have to watch it. This is very impressive. Women football in UK now is the best in the whole of Europe. We have some top teams in Europe as well, but right here, the development and the whole program regarding Women Super League is just very impressive. I love it. And for the first time, Chelsea is not likely to win the league. Okay, if you look at the record of leagues, and the victories and all that, Chelsea seems to be winning it every year. But this time around, it's different, very competitive. The top 4 teams, there are only a couple of points in between them. So I need to go and enjoy that. And then we'll catch up about Chelsea tomorrow again. Well, tonight, Bayern Munich, Man City. It's never happened before, but it has happened before as well. If you remember, Liverpool 3-0 down first half, Champions League final, I think 2005. A friend of mine, I can't mention his name. He went to bed, got plastered, and went to sleep after the first half. He woke up making a phone call to say, it was just effing all over the place, my rubbish team and that, only for me to tell him, where were you? He goes, what do you mean? I said, you won Champions League. He goes, don't start joke, Baba, I beg, don't stop it. I said, you won. He couldn't believe it. So the same kind of miracle can happen tonight. But I doubt it. City are just too dominant. They're just too much for anybody right now. But it's not over until it's over. So Thomas Tuchel, a top guy, and he's got some goal scorers in Bayern Munich. So let's see if any miracle can happen. If it can happen, they will need to score a goal or two within the first half an hour. This is what determines this kind of games. I said it about yesterday, about Chelsea rather. I said our overcoming the 2-goal deficit would depend on what we do in the first 20 minutes, and that's exactly how it happened. Anyway, let's go enjoy the game. Let's catch up again tomorrow at the next podcast. If you haven't subscribed, I beg go and subscribe to this channel. We're enjoying these new followers and the subscribers. Please do that for us, and then let's catch up again tomorrow. I'm still a bit under the how do you call it? I'm still punch drunk from our game yesterday, and you can't blame me. You can't blame me. I can't pick up calls from friends and all that. Anyway, let's catch up tomorrow. Hasta la vista, baby. Ciao.
Twale.